It's so exciting. I feel like I don't know.
10, 9, 8,
What?
7,
Oh!
6,
Oh!
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Danger from wildfires there unparalleled. There are more than 60 fires burning along Australia's east coast.
The first case of the deadly coronavirus making its way to the
The
U.S.
CDC is predicting more than 180,000 deaths in the U.S.
I'm officially declaring a national emergency.
Final countdown.
So, to sum up your 2020 in one word, what would it be?
Interesting.
Chaotic.
Challenging.
Eventful.
Different. Going into this year, I guess I had high hopes, and those hopes didn't really last too long.
I was a senior in high school when this all happened. I had a job, making a lot of money, getting ready to go to college. Graduation was held back for months.
The beginning of January, I was ending my senior year at soccer. We had made it right to semifinals before state.
It was different for me because I took 2 years off of high school. I didn't go straight into college. I went and joined the workforce.
Transitioning from high school to college was, a first for me. So it was, I wouldn't say very difficult. It wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be.
The beginning was just like COVID, dealing with the whole virus and pandemic. And it was very, not really life-changing, quote, but it was more like a rude awakening for I think all of us.
It canceled my softball season, and it kind of ruined the rest of our soccer season, like our banquets. So it definitely affected me a lot more than I thought it was going to.
I'd say like finishing the senior year, I had to change all my classes online, and I never took any online classes, so that's the biggest transition for me, is to get used to that learning habit.
Went from doing photo shoots every weekend to doing photo shoots once a month because clients don't want to do photo shoots because they're worried about corona. It makes it harder for my line of work and Gray's line of work for us to actually get out there and put ourselves out there so we can develop and grow as photographers and videographers. So that was like the biggest challenge for me personally.
As far as like my video work goes, that slowed down a lot. I was supposed to work for one of my friends part-time, shooting video with him. That's sort of like an intern, but I'm getting paid to do it. And when COVID happened, he kind of just shut it all down, and he wasn't even shooting.
Going into spring break, come to find out that we had a 2-week cancellation with school, leading to the rest of the semester being canceled as well. I think after that, it was more like, is the rest of the year going to be like this, or is it going to maybe somehow get better in some way? Will we find a vaccine instantly, or will we have this for another 5 to 10 years? I finished my sophomore year online, and going into the summer, it was just all over the news towards April. We were getting close to the point of martial law.
During lockdown was definitely one of the hardest parts of this year. I suffered a lot from getting really bad anxiety and panic attacks. Just being cooped up in a house, not knowing what was going to happen, who was affected, it really upset me.
Trying to find a motivation to work out and stay consistent of my health. I didn't feel alone. I have my roommates, so that really held me together. And during this hard time, not finding a stable job out here, there's a lot of college students out here also looking for jobs.
I've definitely learned a lot of patience. That being patient with your work and not having to think that you constantly have to be putting out content.
In quarantine, I made myself more aware of my anger and made myself prioritize controlling that. I had a lot higher expectation for 2020, but I wouldn't say 2020 was a horrible year. I grew a lot as a person, and I've accomplished things that I wanted to do for a while, like travel 8+ hours to do a photo shoot.
I think fall semester was probably one of the worst semesters I've had here at college thus far. Other than doing class through a computer, now I am currently done with ROTC, and as much as I hate to see that come to an end, I don't regret a single minute of it.
A year from now, I want to be just keeping on top of everything. I want to have good grades going into FSU in the next year or two, and I want to have fun. I want to be able to do the things that I wouldn't normally do at home with the people here. I want to enjoy this opportunity that I was given and use it to the fullest extent. What was your favorite adventure with the gamers this year?
Definitely moving out here. It was a hassle, but but I feel like we've gotten to know each other a lot better and are comfortable with each other. And we get to watch each other grow, so I think tear it up. So I think it's just an all learning experience for us that we all get to have with each other.
What's a piece of advice you'd give yourself for next year?
I'd probably say to kind of slow down and take every day, a day at a time. Don't stress out too much. Try to get some of my work out there more. So I can start hopefully getting more clients. But,
Our world as a whole, everyone's lost everything, but what's something, I guess, that stands out you might have gained?
I've gotten a lot closer with y'all, for sure. Yeah, during the summer we were with each other damn near every single day. The days I wasn't working, I was at your house. But being neighbors and roommates with everybody and having dinners and constantly talking to y'all, I feel like our friendships have grown drastically. But yeah, I feel like that's what I've gained. I've also gained finally hitting a milestone and going to college and starting my path to what I want to be when I grow up.
If you were to give yourself one piece of advice to reflect on next year, what would that be?
I think it would just be, like I said earlier, don't take things for granted. Things do get better with time, no matter how long it takes, so just keep pushing forward. Yeah, guess we'll have to see where we go from here.